Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Christmas can be an especially tough time of year for those of us who struggle with mental health issues, with anxiety, low mood, and of course addiction, what this channel is all about. And in this video I want to just share with you some of the ways that I'm going to manage my mental health in the best way possible over this period. And hopefully you can pick up one or two tips from that will help you. Just before I do that, if my videos over the years have helped you or anyone you know in any way, and you'd like to show the channel a little support this Christmas time, please take a moment, click on the Ko-fi link in the description, have a quick read how you can do that. It really would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much. So, I'm not particularly looking forward to Christmas this year. I've got to be honest with you. From my point of view, as someone who struggles with mental health anyway, I'm not going to be at home this Christmas. Without boring you with all the details, this will be the third Christmas now that I've not been able to share Christmas with my family, my grandchildren, children, everyone at home, my wife. Because of a residency issue here, means I've not been able to travel until it's resolved. On the positive side, it's going to be, the case is going to be heard on the 23rd of January. So regardless of what happens in that, this will be the last Christmas I have to spend on my own here. And this, of course, is one of the greatest battles over Christmas for people with mental health issues, or it can be, and that's loneliness. And the first thing I want to say to all of you out there who are struggling at the moment, you're not alone, because there's many of us, me included, that are in the same situation as you. And I'm afraid you've got to be brave, and you've got to get out there, and you've got to talk to people. This is the first tip, really. It's not the most obvious one for some people, because some people feel shame around it. Some people don't want to talk about it and share how they're feeling. I remember Robin Williams once saying, the famous comedian whom I loved, about something called smiling depression. And that's, people may not have any idea what you're going through inside your head. Because generally people with sort of the smiling depression tend to put this act on in front of everyone they know. This sort of laughing and joking person without a care in the world, making other people laugh, just like he did. And he used to say the reason for that is because they don't want anyone to feel as bad as they do inside. And there's a massive amount of truth in that. But the fact is, isolating and being alone over Christmas, I know for some people it's extremely difficult to get out and about and meet people for lots of different reasons. But it's essential for your mental health to make contact and to talk. There's lots of different ways you can do that. I mean, if you're really battling hard with your mental health and you can't get out, then you need to pick up the phone and talk to a group. I mean, even groups like the Samaritans and those sort of people who you can have a conversation with over the phone and share the way you're feeling. You'll feel better when you do that. I'm not saying it'll solve all your issues, but you'll definitely feel better. Get out and about. I mean, I make no secret of the fact I'm in a fellowship, without saying any more than that. For me, that's absolutely invaluable over this Christmas time, to get and to share the way I'm feeling, to give service, to help other people. I mean, that's another thing you can do. You can, if you know someone else who's lonely, a neighbour or a friend or whoever it is, a relative, you can go and spend some time with them and talk to them and cheer them up, which will help you and help the way you're feeling inside. There's no doubt about that, without sounding corny about it. That's just a fact. So there's groups, it's best to get, you've got to be brave about it. You've got to overcome the fear you're feeling around it, because particularly if you've been in addiction, you may have to go out and you're going to have to go out and meet new people, make new friends and socialize with different people. And that's really difficult over Christmas. as I've talked about in the last video, which I'll link to this, so I don't have to go into that in depth again. But there's ways you can do that. But it's essential to talk. If you can't get out, pick up the bloody phone, talk to someone who you love, a friend, a relative, whoever in the first instance, or a professional organisation. There's groups in England, there's a group in England really good for men called Andy's Man Club, which meets on a Monday night. There's groups like that around, dotted about, that you can find online where, you've got to be brave, you've got to get out, go, cross that hurdle and speak your truth. And this will help you greatly. I promise. It's the finest thing you can do. If you bottle it all up inside you, it'll just get worse and worse and worse. I mean, I could really resent the fact that I can't travel home to see my family again this Christmas because of the residency issue I mentioned. As I say, that'll be resolved in January regardless, and I'll be going home, so that's done. But I have to accept, for the third Christmas on the run, there's nothing I can do to control that issue. So I have to manage it in the best way possible and accept it for what it is. Accept it, for how it is, and just deal with it each moment, if you like. Not get resentful and angry around it and then start wallowing in self-pity. Because for someone who suffers with mental health, that'll just escalate to a stage where I go into this dark pit you'll maybe recognise. There's also things around anxiety at Christmas. You may be... I know many people are battling with the cost of living at the moment. You'll be stressing and worrying how you're going to be buying presents for your kids, how you're going to afford food over Christmas dinner, how you're going to heat the house, and many other things. That's understandable. So what you've got to do to be the best you can be is manage these things in the best way possible. How are you going to do that? Let's just talk first of all about some things that I do every day. To manage my anxiety, again, I make no secrets of this. I use something called the Wim Hof method, which is I practice my breathing every single day. It's 25 minutes. You'll find lots of guided videos online where you can do that. When I wake up in the morning, I pray and meditate. That's a given. It just sorts my head out for the day. I practice some of the gratitude, do the breathing, and then I have a cold shower. And that's science. That will tell me, that will optimize my mental health, dopamine levels, serotonin levels, endorphin, mood, energy. Everything's sort of optimized. So I'm doing the best I can. It's not easy, but you've just got to step into it and step through your fear. Some supplements that will help you. There's lots of supplements out there but as long as you get good quality ones, there's 3 that really help me with my anxiety and my mental health that I take on a daily basis. One is cod liver oil, good quality with EPA and DHA in it, a decent amount. I take 2,000 milligrams of that daily. That's quite a high dose. Optimizes your brain health, optimizes your mood, can help with depression, many other things. So that's one that I take every day. A really strong and good quality B vitamin complex I take daily. And this helps me with my nervous system. It helps me with my anxiety, and energy, again, very important. So that's that. And I also take magnesium glycinate, which is, you can buy online, you can buy from most good health food shops. I take quite a high dose of that. It's like double the daily dose, if you like. The reason for that is it helps me with my sleep, my mood. If you're optimizing your sleep, then it's going to help with your mood, with your anxiety, with your depression, everything. So you optimize that in the best way possible. The magnesium glycinate really helps with my sleep. It relaxes my muscles. It helps me drop off at night. And I take some melatonin as well to help with my sleep. About a 1 gram dose of that, about half an hour before I go to bed. So that's all I take on a daily basis. The next thing I would suggest to you, which is a given for me every single day, is avoid all the things that you know are going to cause anxiety. Diet-wise. Of course, because this channel is about addiction, alcohol and drugs of any type will not solve the way you're feeling. They will, there's no doubt about it. If you're feeling shitty, depressed, down, anxious, and all the rest of the things you may be feeling this Christmas, a drink or a drug will make you feel better for a short period of time. There's no doubt about that. It will give you temporary relief. But an hour or less than that later, it will come back and bite you in the backside 1,000 times worse. So every symptom you were feeling before you took that drink or drug will come back, and your cortisol levels will be raised for a long period of time after drinking. Your anxiety will be raised. Your depression will be amplified. Everything will seem much worse. You won't be able to deal with any of the issues that you're having to battle around over Christmas. You'll have to keep drinking, keep taking the drugs just to make yourself keep feeling better. And you know where that's going to lead you. So that's not a solution at all, obviously. And neither are some of the foodstuffs. I mean, obviously over Christmas, you're going to have a treat. You're going to have some sweets and chocolates and all the rest of it. But generally, try and avoid too much sugar and too much caffeine, because they won't help with your anxiety. Try and eat as cleanly as possible. Of course, it's all right. It's Christmas to have some treats and whatever. But just be mindful of the fact that the more of that you have and the more ultra-processed food you have, the worse your mental health's going to be. The final one I want to leave you with, because there are other things as well, but these are the obvious ones, the ones that will definitely help you every day. Science tells us that exercise, right, has more efficacy if it's done regularly than many antidepressants, right? Doesn't mean you should stop taking your antidepressants if you're on them. That's not what I'm suggesting now. What I'm saying to you now is it doesn't matter how shitty you feel or how less like moving your body you feel. Please make a habit. When you're feeling these feelings of darkness and depression and anxiety and all of these other feelings that you don't want to feel, and the last thing you feel like doing is getting outside and moving your body and breathing in some fresh air and getting some daylight on you and going into nature and working out and all of these things the last thing you want to do it. Even if you just do it for 10 minutes. Doesn't matter, because I guarantee you will feel better when you've done it. And if you try and do this every day or even several times a day when you're feeling these feelings, you'll find relief in it. But getting to doing it and pushing yourself to do it, the discipline and the consistency is what's important. But you will find a peace there, particularly if you go into nature, and you'll manage and you'll get through this period. And finally, I just want to say to you that you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. There's many of us out there that are struggling at this time of year and going through what you're going through. The important thing is it's okay to talk. Talk to somebody. Share the way you're feeling. Don't bottle it up. Don't try and deal with it on your own. Get out and do the things that you know will optimize your mental health, not the things that you know will take it down a dark pathway. And you will get through this and out the other side, and it's just another day and just another period of time. So good luck, my friends. Keep fighting. Never, never give up. Carpe diem. Seize the day today. Please take a moment to click on the Ko-fi link. Please subscribe. Much love to you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.